Oh, welcome to the Cincy Postcast. I'm Kevin Wallace, and before we get started with today's episode, I want to tell you about our friends over at Streetside Brewery. That is right. The best daggone brewery in Cincinnati is sponsoring this podcast, and they should. You know why? Because they are big fans of FC Cincinnati, and we talk about FC Cincinnati, and it is a marriage that works out really well. We love our friends over at Streetside. I got to tell you, it is my favorite place to watch an away game. I went there and watched the Miami match last time out. It's a good time. I cannot vouch for them enough. They've got great food, great beer, great atmosphere. I got to watch it out on the patio, and they played the sound, like the audio of the game out on the patio. My goodness, this was during a Reds game as well. It was perfect. Love Streetside Brewery. So if you have not checked them out, go check them out. It's a really cool spot. You will not be disappointed, and I promise you, you will find a delicious beer on tap that you will enjoy. So thank you to Streetside for sponsoring today's episode. And on today's episode, oh boy, we recorded this one immediately following the penalty shootout loss to FC Juarez, but also we got to talk about the Monterrey game. So a real yin and yang of an episode here, okay? We've got the good, we've got the bad, we got the highs, we got the lows, but above all else, we have Evan Louro on the show, the vibes master, got the start, got the win. Got the win. It was a great time catching up with Evan. It had been far too long since we had him on the podcast. Really good conversation there, taking us inside the biggest moments of the biggest match of Leagues Cup so far. We talk about Juarez, we talk about what is going right, what is maybe what was a little off against Juarez, and what the outlook looks like. That makes sense for the rest of Leagues Cup. In the rest of the episode, we are, of course, talking Patreon questions. We catch up on a lot of Patreon questions. There's some really, really good questions in here. I think you're going to enjoy it. Put it all together. You got yourselves a lovely little episode of the Postcast. About all of that and more, I am joined by two gentlemen who were unable to book a NASCAR Speedway for an upcoming event, but were able to get into Northern Row. I am joined by the Chief. I am joined by Grayson. Chief, I don't know where I was going to go with that.
I was going to say, I'm going to hope that Northern Row does better at remembering to have enough food and drink for everyone.
I was going to say, is it possible to get rained out at an indoor event?
Yeah, not only get rained out, but be served nachos that consist of just trays of dry chips and hot dogs with no bun, and then still somehow manage to run out of both of those things.
How was a NASCAR track unprepared for people showing up early and attending a multi-hour-long event?
Do you want the real answer to that, or do you want the funny answer to that? Because the real answer to that is decidedly boring, and that's that turns out all these NASCAR tracks that are owned by like the International Speedway Corporation and the group out of Charlotte that owns this one, they're all BYOB and BYOF. You bring your own food and bring your own beer into the track in soft-sided coolers. They don't need to have a ton of concession stands because everybody's bringing in their own stuff anyway. So when baseball decided, oh yeah, no, that doesn't work for us, we need to be charging $20 for a beer, they grossly underestimated how many people they were going to have to feed, and also what it takes to feed that many people and give drinks to that many people when they can't bring their own stuff in. Like, it was just, you could see this coming a mile away once they said, oh no, we're not going to honor the time-old Southern hillbilly redneck, bring a soft side in and get, messed up at the Speedway formula.
Which is so stupid. You're not doing this event to make money, baseball. You're doing this for the novelty, for the spectacle. to, have the Braves and Reds kind of sort of plant their flag in Eastern Tennessee. That's so stupid.
It's the most MLS thing baseball could do.
Yes.
Which is why I eagerly await Inter Miami versus New York Red Bulls next year at like Talladega.
Put it at Daytona against Orlando, baby. You got something cooking.
Hell yeah. We're gonna take that tactical manager and Ben Fast. We're gonna put 200,000 people in for an MLS match.
It did get me looking at stadium sizes, and the number one largest stadium in the country, and I'm using stadium loosely, I guess, like seated or ticketed sporting venue, is the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Holds like 350,000 people. Number two blew my mind, though. Do either of you have a guess what number two is?
In the United States or in the world?
In the United States, because I know the North Korean one claims to hold like 400,000 people.
Churchill Downs.
That is correct. 175,000 people, I think, is the official
and
capacity.
165,000 of them are in the infield.
Yes.
Right.
It's astonishing because, yes, only like 1/4 of it is actually like built up, developed as a spectator event.
I thought you were going to say like the actual answer is Riverfront Stadium for Tom Browning's Perfect Game. If you go by number of people that claim they were there.
Yeah, that and the Freezer Bowl.
The Freezer Bowl.
Yeah, the Freezer Bowl. Yeah.
Everyone's uncle remembers that day fondly.
The Sean O'Coley game.
Yeah.
The FC Cincinnati debut home debut match in 2016.
Yeah.
The Open Cup victory versus the Chicago Fire.
I'd say they were about 117,513 at the Sean O'Coley match.
Clearly.
513, obviously.
The Indianapolis Motor Speedway is so big that they have like an 18-hole golf course in the middle of it. How about this? On decision day,
please,
you could host like 4 matches at the same time in the infield to prevent any sort of like match fixing or like results depending on one another. Just have all 4 of the top teams in the East and the West playing simultaneously in the infield at the Speedway, and just sell sections based on which game you want to watch.
So, Chief, I was thinking about this too. Every once in a while, we get those sports equinoxes where multiple events happen at the same time across different leagues.
Play them on the same field.
Why not? Come on, you could play
a baseball game, a basketball game, a soccer game, and like somehow have a hockey game going under plexiglass.
Yeah, you can do an NBA preseason game outdoors. Absolutely.
They played one on a battleship. Sure, why not?
Is anything better though than New York Red Bulls in Monterrey before tens of people in TQL Stadium at 9:30 p.m. on a Sunday night?
On a Sunday night, There's got to be a better way. I'll just keep saying this every single year.
So, yeah, there has to be a better way. But I will say I'm glad that we got this at least once.
Yes.
Like the doubleheader that nobody is staying for.
Yes.
See, now I'm mad that I'm out of town still. I don't come back to Sensational tomorrow because I absolutely would have bought a ticket just to go boo the Red Bulls. I think that would have been a tremendous use of $20 for a Bailey ticket. Is just, I am here specifically in my capacity to boo the New York Red Bulls.
Well, it's funny too, because like FC Cincinnati has a strong rooting interest in Monterrey now. Like it did before as well.
But also Monterrey has no interest in doing anything.
Yeah.
But they've already lost. They're not going to advance.
This tournament is shot. Yeah.
By allowing another MLS team to pick points up.
Yep.
Yeah. But you got to think they like us a little bit, right?
Ooh, Monterrey? No, they should hate our guts after the way we beat the dog snot out of them on Thursday.
And ripped them off with Vasquez.
I don't know. I often say Monterrey is our third Mexican team.
What are our other two Mexican teams?
Well, obviously Cruz Azul.
Yes,
Obviously.
number one.
Yeah, number one.
Yeah, number one.
Viva
Cruz
la
Azul.
Máquina.
Viva la Máquina. Number two, this is a controversial pick, I would say.
Uh-oh.
But I would say Pachuca
For
poisoning the crew.
Yeah, that's a good take right there. That's not a
I like
controversial
that.
take. That's a good take.
And
The
then
enemy of my enemy is my friend.
and then number three is where it forks, right? Is you can only go one direction or the other, and both directions is the point of no return,
Yeah.
right? Any FC Cincinnati fan, obviously number one Cruz Azul, number two Pachuca. Then it branches Tigres or Monterrey,
Yeah.
and
There's a schism. Yeah.
Yeah,
abandon all hope, ye who enter either direction.
you're
You
about to have,
can't.
you're about to have Nick Kibbe fighting you in the Discord on this
Yeah.
one right here.
And look for me, it's Monterrey.
Whoa.
Whoa.
But I understand. Okay, I
Yeah.
understand the Tigres.
There is
I get it.
a stronger rivalry between FC Cincinnati fans rooting for Monterrey versus Tigres than there is FC Cincinnati and Nashville.
Yeah, the rivalry.
absolutely.
The
100%.
the rivalry between FCC Monterrey fans and FCC Tigres fans
Yes.
is actually a bigger rivalry than half of MLS.
FCC Monterrey versus FCC Tigres is the biggest rivalry in Major League Soccer, other than El Tráfico
and
Hell is Real.
Facts. Cascadia, you're on notice.
Right. And isn't that the true magic of the League's Cup and CONCACAF Champions League? That
Yes.
it allows us to have these conversations.
You know what's funny too? We have played what will be coming up here soon, Chivas, in 3 or 4 years straight. And I would love to have a rivalry with Chivas. The problem is we beat the shit out of them every year.
I feel nothing.
It's a
Goal to
it's-
Monterrey, baby.
Oh,
There we go.
Was it our man Berterame?
No. He was involved in the play, though.
Okay, good.
It was our man, Sergio Canales, Evan's favorite player.
He did tip his cap to Canales. So
The interesting fact, many people noting Chris Albright talking to Berterame after the game on Thursday.
I did not note that, although here's what I did note.
I
And
said many
wanted to
people
get-
are noting. I didn't see it happen. I'm just saying many people
Oh,
noted.
okay. I didn't see it. But what I did note was it seemed like Sergio Ramos and Matt had a nice moment pregame.
Oh,
And then Sergio Ramos seemed to have a nice conversation with Pat Noonan, have good interactions with Kai Kamara and some other guys on our team. And I had to wonder, is Sergio Ramos a bro? Is he a cool dude?
is it all an act?
Because he's a monster.
Yes.
If you look at between whistles, he's
The worst.
He's like a war criminal.
Yes. Kind of looks like one too. Just
Right.
throw it
It'll
out
be
there.
like finding out that Luis Suarez volunteers at soup kitchens. It's I don't want to live in this world,
Yeah, no.
man. It's I'm questioning so much about what I believe and what I see.
And so I called him on Twitter Pablo Schreiber because he looks just like Pablo Schreiber, but Pablo Schreiber also only plays really unlikable characters.
Yes. Yes.
He was the unlikable guy in season 2 of The Wire. He was the head of the MSOC crew in Den of Thieves.
Yep.
He only plays POSs, right? Which also fits that he looks like Sergio Ramos, right? But Sergio, Ramos and Noonan shared such a seemingly nice moment at the end of the game. Do I need to entirely reappraise my assessment of Sergio Ramos's character?
He's just a big softy underneath all that.
He
all
seemed
that
like
exterior.
a good dude.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say.
Let's not get out of control. He does not. That's a bridge too far, sir. I don't know that any good dude can behave the way Sergio Ramos has in the 90 minutes of football that he plays on a weekly basis.
Now, hang on. Before we go further down the Monterrey track, I hinted at it before, but Chief, we need to give it its proper due. The word is out there. The postcast, the three of us here, we are emceeing an event before the 10th anniversary match, which is August 10th. So less than a week away from when you are hearing this.
Not Saturday, Sunday. It is a Sunday match day. It is an earlier match day on Sunday as well.
Yes.
Domingo 10 de agosto.
There you go.
Muy bien.
And we are going to be at Northern Row, where the march starts ahead of time. What time does this kick off? Like 2:30?
It's like 5:30.
5:30.
Well,
what time does the event kick off?
The event kicks off. Sorry,
we are supposed to be doing something
at 2:30.
that no one has told me yet at 2:30 p.m.
It's better. Like the content will be better the less you know.
Yeah.
Something is happening in Northern Row at 2:30. Some other stuff hopefully will be happening until about 4:30.
Yes.
Well, then
I don't know if I'm going to make it that long.
Let me be the person who breaks the news to you, Grayson. What we will be doing at Northern Row is like Kevin said, we will be emceeing a live event prior to the 10th anniversary match with FC Cincinnati. This live event will feature players, personnel, and front office folks that are from FC Cincinnati's previous 10 years.
Folks spelled Folx.
It is all inclusive.
All inclusive, all folks.
99% sure it's all male.
Yeah, don't worry about that. Some of the
I'm not assuming anything for anybody. Okay.
Some of the legends who will be back for this weekend will be joining us at Northern Row on the stage.
Yes.
We'll be doing some interviews. We'll be doing a little trip down memory lane. We'll have former leaders from the supporters groups and the fan movements over the years. It'll be a similar vibe, retrospective to the show we did at Gold Star Chili, except this time we'll be hearing directly from a lot of the players themselves, who I'm told will then be joining us on the march, which should be a lot of fun. So it should be a good opportunity.
What do you mean joining us on the march?
We'll be joining the march. Grayson,
okay.
I know that's not you. So
okay.
Additionally, when the players aren't on stage talking, we're going to be having them up in groups. They'll be mingling out in the crowd. They'll be doing photos, autographs, that sort of thing. So it should be a really, really cool event for anyone that's been around this team since the beginning, or for people who feel like, maybe you missed it because you hopped on a little bit later. It's an opportunity to sort of hear and see some of the players that were foundational in making FC Cincinnati the team we all know and love today. It's going to be an absolute blast. I would encourage everyone to get down early to Northern Row for this. I think this match and this weekend, August 10th, is going to be something incredibly special for a lot of us that have been around FC Cincinnati since year one. This is going to be a rare opportunity to see a lot of these players together again. And I think it's, from what I have been told, I think the events and the pomp and circumstance surrounding this match, beyond just what we're doing, are going to make it worth your while to make this your entire day.
This sounds great for a lot of reasons, but you know that my success or failure metric hinges on one thing for this weekend.
And that is?
Do we find out the song?
I think, yes. I think we find out the song. I don't know if we get it recorded, but I think we find out the song.
We will find out the song. That's my mission.
You better keep that microphone away from me because I'm going to ask everybody as he reflexively, what was the song?
I mean, it's been long enough, right? He's not coming back to the States. I don't think anybody
We know
needs
it was
to
a 50
protect him.
Cent song.
We do know it was a 50 Cent song.
It was 50 Cent.
Unfortunately, based on 50 Cent's lyrics, that does not narrow it down.
It narrows it down from infinity to 10,000.
Right, but you're never going to guess which 50 Cent song it is based on just knowing it was 50 Cent.
Well, how many 50 Cent songs. I don't know what the exact setup was. If it was just playing in the background, so be it. But if there was like a karaoke machine set up, we're down to like 4 or 5 songs, right? Like,
I would say there was not a karaoke machine set up. There probably was some player. I'll put in a stand-in player, Alvis Powell, Spotify number of songs.
Sure. Ooh, if it is Spotify, it might be public. May be able to track down a pregame playlist from a Powell.07.
Was Alvis's playlist in the Pentagon playlist or the Panama playlist? Was it leaked?
It's a shame we haven't had a Panamanian player in a hot second.
Wasn't is Narbonne going to be in this thing?
That's it. I was going to say one of those early guys. I said Dominguez off the top of my head, but yeah, I think Narbonne is actually Panamanian.
Is he in this thing or no?
I think so.
Actually,
yeah,
I don't. He is.
I thought his name was in the list.
I think his name's on the list.
Can we read the list?
Yeah. So the list is long. The list is lengthy, and the list doesn't exist. I checked in with the Trump administration. It's not a thing. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Anyway,
Jeff Burdick told me the list was on his desk.
There was a whole group of FCC influencers who held up the list at one point. Anyway, we don't know exactly who is going to be there at this moment. We have, say, pre-production meetings. I'll say something that sounds really official, scheduled later this week to sort that out. But we have gotten a preliminary list of names, and I will tell you that if even half of them come true, you are going to feel like a dummy for having missed this event.
It is daunting.
Yeah,
I'll say this.
Yeah. No,
I don't want to go. I'll say it's that kind of list.
That's why we're not telling Grayson anything, because the more we tell him, the more nervous he's going to get ahead of this event. We can't have that.
I don't want to be there, but I will.
You know who else will be in town for this big event?
Charlotte FC.
JD Vance.
Will he?
I don't know. He's supposed to stick around for another week, right? I don't know.
I have no idea. I know that he closed down some bridge around because he wanted the kayak. And I'll say this. So I was on the bike trail this weekend. I was at what's it called? I don't know. Some bar along the bike trail, the trail yard.
Ah, okay.
And I was chatting with the bartenders, and they were saying, that JD was like out kayaking on the river, and they had like closed a bridge, and it was like a whole deal in like the Milford area. And if you got to close down a bunch of stuff to like do an activity, you don't get to do it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, don't do that.
Hey, now you're annoying everyone. Like, it's now your hobby has become my problem.
It's very weird.
You get to say who lives or dies in this country. Maybe you don't have to kayak on a Saturday that's like the first nice Saturday in 3 months.
Why is there no mechanism to say no? Just like, nah, man, we're not going to shut down everything. Like, you can't do that. That's a risk.
Then it goes back to this is the man who says who lives and who dies.
Fair enough.
Right, that's what I'm saying. It's like you have unlimited power.
They got drone assassination lists. Okay, if you're the officer,
it's reasonable
saying no,
to expect that you can just not kayak on a Saturday.
You know who else can't kayak on a Saturday? Monterrey. You know
what
why?
A transition.
Because they are playing soccer right as we speak. FC Cincinnati defeated Monterrey. Rayados, the Striped Ones, which is a great nickname. The thing is, that game happened before the last game that happened.
That's how schedules work.
It's true, but it's also unfortunate how our schedule has worked, because I would have loved to have come on here and talked about how the Monterrey game was the most complete top to bottom, in particular the first half of just like one of the best performances this team has ever done. Somebody threw it out there in the Discord. Was this the best 4-game match stretch in FC Cincinnati ever? And it might be, from the Miami win to that Monterrey win. I went back to 2023. We did not have as impressive of a 4-game stretch during that year. I'm sure I'm missing something, but looked pretty damn good. And I don't want to transition away from that. So I don't know. Do you guys have any thoughts about this before we throw it to somebody who actually got to live and breathe that game on the field?
No, let's give the people what they want.
Yeah, let's do this. So we were able to, and of course we had to. We got Evan on to talk about the start, the win, the highs, the lows. They were mostly highs of the game, and he is such a good sport. We love having him on. So enjoy the conversation. We'll catch you on the other side, and we'll talk about another game. All right, joining us on the postcast today. Look, you knew it. He knew it. The second he showed up in the starting 11, he was coming on the postcast. We are joined by FC Cincinnati's starting goalkeeper, Evan Louro. Evan, how are you doing, my man?
Good. How are you guys doing?
We're over the moon. Our favorite goalkeeper, and feel free to pass that around the goalkeeping room, started and won a massive game against Monterrey, one of the Mexican giants. Like, does it get much better than this?
No, and I will definitely be passing that along to the rest of the group.
Let it be known that we have had, I think, every goalkeeper ever in FC Cincinnati history on this podcast.
Except for Alec.
Except for Alec Can. He has been ducking us.
Yeah, he's not very well. No, he's social, but you gotta break down the walls.
No.
He's the infinity stone of introversion and not really into doing media, if we're talking about the stones that are being collected in the goalkeeper's room.
Yeah, he's the dad of the group.
He does not do podcasts, which I can appreciate. Now, actually, Chief, I'm glad you brought up Thanos and Infinity Stones, because this is an important question I have. After the game, Evan, you said of goalkeeping coach Paul Rogers, he's like that guy from Marvel with the Infinity Stones, Thanos. He's just collecting all the guys. He's the best for that reason. Could you just explain that a little bit more?
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I didn't really think about that when I said it. I just tried to think of something to compare Paul Rogers with, and then naturally a villain came to my head. But no, I mean, he's, if you ask anybody around the league, he's one of the top guys for a reason. And I mean, he sees something in all of us. I couldn't tell you what he sees in me, but, he's, helping us get better each and every day. He's obviously, I mean, Roman's been doing super well, and, Alec has been doing well for so long, and, Paul up and coming as well. And I mean, I don't think I'm crap either. So yeah, I mean, he's doing something right.
Are you aware how the story of Thanos ends once he gets all of the stones he's attempting to collect?
Doesn't he die?
Eventually.
It doesn't end well for him, yes.
see that kind of, I feel like once Paul collects who he wants to collect, I feel like he won't know what to do with himself. So I'd say it's pretty accurate.
we're one MLS super draft away from the end of Paul Rogers' career.
He may be, honestly.
What does a goalkeeper coach do for you? Because I assume at this point in your career, you know how to play goalkeeper. So what is a goalkeeping coach offering you at this point in your career?
Honestly, I mean, me personally, I think there's stuff to still learn. I mean, even, especially when I got here. I mean, I got here and Alec was 32 at the time, I think. And even he was like, I learned stuff every day from Paul. But honestly, he's just a good buffer. And he understands how we think specifically. So if there's a message that the coaching staff is trying to get across to the team and like style of play wise, he does a good job of explaining to us, you know, he's like filtering to us the best way to do it, which isn't always like told to us, if that makes sense. It's kind of like field player jargon, if that makes sense. And he just kind of helps us understand what the bottom line and what the intended meaning is.
Right.
So that makes sense. That sounds like a lot of nonsense, but
no, it's like, so you don't have to spend all this time listening to when they talk about the field players. Like, just give me the 2-sentence version, and then I can go do what I do between the pipes.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Like I don't need to know like who's crossing where. Like, just I keep the round thing out of the rectangle thing and figure out the rest.
You certainly did that against Monterrey, man. That was a heck of a performance. How much shit did you give to Matt after the game for deflecting that ball on the first one?
Come to think of it, I didn't, but I should have, because no one else mentioned it, and I was like, this is kind of weird if I did that. I feel like people would mention it, but I mean, at the end of the day, like even because I think Brian deflected it as well. So at the end of the day, I mean, I'm not going to not tell them to try to block it. You know what I mean? It's just an unfortunate kind of, and I mean, Canales, decent player. So
yeah. I just thought it was funny that it was Matt, because remember, like Matt got the penalty in the Red Bull game that you saved.
Yep.
Right. And so maybe he was trying to give you another opportunity to look like the hero, right? Make like a kind of impossible save there.
Yeah. What a great friend.
I was going to say that, like, you might need to give him some crap. Like, hey, I haven't heard a "you're welcome" yet, because it might have been a handball off him again.
Yeah.
If the goal hadn't scored.
Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah. No, I mean, it was so quick. Like, honestly, like, I can't say anything. So he's earned it.
According to FOTMob, it said you had 41 touches in the game. Do you have a favorite touch?
Favorite touch? I mean, the save in the second half off Canales was that I like touched onto the post was decent. Also, my little like run across the goal and the outside the foot pass to Lucas was kind of funny.
That was pretty swaggy.
Yeah. He's like, just go and touch it. I'm like, all right.
So it's an interesting sort of thing going on now, that since the last time you played or started, the team has started to go a little more direct. Is it fun to kick the ball far?
I like kicking ball far. Yeah, I mean, you got to play with what you have. I mean, we have someone like Kai, who, I mean, he's a pretty big target, and he does pretty well with holding the ball. And you can tell he kind of wanted to get into it a little bit with Sergio Ramos. So I was just trying to be a good friend and give him an opportunity. You know, kind of like how Matt does me. Actually, I do have a favorite touch. I punched Matt in the head.
I don't remember this.
It was like one of the long throw-ins, and I came out and I hit it with one fist, but you normally go two, and I rocked him with my other fist. And he's just like, yo, like, what the hell, man? Yeah, it was funny.
Yeah, that's a good touch.
Stop deflecting balls like that.
Oh man! So the League's Cup setup. Let me ask you this: in the locker room, do you get the sense that the players generally understand the format of this tournament?
Yeah, I mean, we understand it. It's different. It's, I mean, in my opinion, way more difficult to advance.
Yes.
But at the same time, like, I feel like you're not wasting your time. You know, it's like if you lose the first game, it's like, oof, tough.
Yeah, we're done here.
So, I mean, saying that for them to, I mean, I trust myself. They seem to trust me to go out there and get a result. So yeah, I mean, we, at this point, like, we know it's probably going to take 3 wins to at least control our own destiny. And even then we still might not, which is kind of wild.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think it's generally looked at as a better setup because you're not taking that super long break from league play. But with that, the further you go, more midweeks you have. Mm-hmm. But I mean, Pavel can kind of run forever, so we'll be all right.
We had him on the show a couple weeks ago, and apparently he trains by outrunning his own dog. And I was like, that tracks.
That doesn't surprise me one bit.
With this Leagues Cup format the way it is, have you been told this is your tournament now? Because I know sometimes that's, it's a tradition in soccer. You got like the FA Cup where you have like your FA goalkeeper, the US Open Cup, you'd have a US Open Cup goalkeeper. Is this the Evan Louro tournament?
Listen. Nobody tells me nothing. I go in and they're like, hey, you're going to play tomorrow. I'm like, all right, cool.
Dope.
Hey, you're not going to play. All right.
Cool.
Sucks, but It is what it is. I mean, I think, we need to kind of walk the line a little bit because you don't want to get guys out of rhythm. Mm-hmm. Right. But at the same time, you want to give people opportunities that, probably deserve opportunities.
Yeah.
So yeah, listen, I don't know how this is going to go. I like to play. It's fun. I trust myself to play. I think the staff trusts me to play. So we'll kind of go from there.
Did the Monterrey game go how you expected? I mean, I could see learning the day ahead, right? That you're going to start. It's against Monterrey. They got a lot of good players, and you think, I could be really active today, or like, did the game go like how you kind of thought, or?
Yeah. I mean, for me personally, I'd rather be active than, like have a game where you're not really doing much. And then like, one shot, one deflection. And then that's kind of how the vibe of the game goes. But, yeah, for me, I think last year when I made my debut against Red Bull, I think it was a little different in terms of there was so much for me personally built into that.
Yeah.
I think I did okay. I didn't think I played great. But I just needed to get that kind of out of the way. And then obviously playing against Motagua in the beginning of the year, obviously we were already, we were pretty much through. But it was a nice little like refresher for me. And I think a couple of weeks ago, Paul, told me like, hey, they're thinking about, maybe playing you in some of these games. And I was like, okay. And he's like, do you want to play a second team game? And I was like, sure. I'll play it. Some people don't like doing that. I don't mind it because especially for a keeper, like it's very hard to stay in rhythm because being a keeper is all rhythm. That's why, you're not going to want Roman to just like last year, sit out a month. Right. You know what I mean? Right. And then it's a tough way to get back into rhythm, especially obviously he's been playing really well.
Who has the best rhythm in the goalkeeper room?
I mean, I think that's
other than you.
Yeah, it's a pretty easy. I don't know. That's a good question because Alec is like Alec. Like, I feel like what's that 70s show? What's his name?
Red Foreman.
Yeah, that Red Foreman. Yeah, that's Alec. And then like Eric is like Paul Walters, but like less funny.
Eric is less funny than Paul? Or Paul
Paul's less funny.
Paul's less funny. Okay.
Yeah.
He's just naturally just a goof.
Yeah.
And then Roman is a species that I don't think's yet been discovered. So I'd probably Roman. Yeah. It's like picking between a dog and a duck. But
speaking of playing that 2 game, talk us through how you ended up taking a PK in that game. Was that you just saying, I'm going to do this? Or how did that come about? Because that was rad.
Well, we went into pens, and obviously, like they do that way more often than we do, just because if they tie, they do it. So they practice that, and I didn't train with them before the game. Like I just showed up to the game, and we go into penalties, and I kind of walk over, and like the goalkeeper coach Ryan, who's like works really close with Paul, he's like, "Hey, do you want to take one?" And I was like, I feel like I should.
Yeah.
Well, because like every other time I've done the PK shootouts, that was my second time. The first one, like they didn't even put me in like the top 6 or 7. I'm like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
So he's like, all right, well, what number do you want to be? I was like, I feel like I should be 5th. And he like kind of looked at me, and like he looked at Tyrone, and like Tyrone's like, if you want. I was like, all right, let's do it.
I've heard tell that the way sort of this works a lot of the time is it's a vibe thing for the coaches. The guy who looks like he wants to take the big kick, it's like, all right, that's you. Walking in there just saying definitively, I want number 5, that had to weigh heavily on anyone making this decision. It's like, that's a kind of confidence you can't coach right there. Walking in, having never trained with the team and saying, my ball.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Give me the rock.
What's the approach to taking the penalty itself? Do you have a favorite spot? You just feel it out in the moment, hit it as hard as you can, see where it ends up. What's the approach? No, well, this time, because I knew I was going 5th, I was just like kind of watching the other keeper, like for the first 4. And I'm like, you go a little early, buddy. You're just a youngin'. And I was just kind of like slowed up, like as I was going to take it. And I saw him lean. I was like, oh, done. There we go. Boom. That's that veteran mindset there at the spot. I love it.
Are there any unspoken rules, like keeper on keeper crime, of things that you shouldn't do taking a PK against a fellow member of the goalkeepers union?
During a PK shootout? No. I mean, it's like there's like some goalkeeper rules though. Like in training when we play small sided, like it's like you really there's times where I can shoot, and I was like, I don't want to shoot. Because then it's just like if I score, like it pisses them off, and then they're gonna start shooting at me. Like me and Alec have gotten into that a couple times. Like I'll shoot, and then he's like, "Damn it!" Then he shoots, and then we just then the game's done because we're just shooting at each other.
Right.
That's really like the only thing I could think of.
I was thinking about this too. Before the season, you told us that this was an incredibly talented team, and that you believed Evander to be the real deal. I would say, well done. That was well foretold in this case. But I do wonder, we know Lucho Acosta took the penalties with you in training. Has Evander or Dinke, has anybody else stepped up to fill that void for you?
Evander does not, because he doesn't need to. He can kind of. Kevin, I did in the beginning, and then I saved a couple.
Oh no!
Yeah, and I was like, I shouldn't do this anymore.
Strikers are all confidence. You can't bruise that ego.
Yeah, so I was like, I try to joke with them. I'm like, you got to get through the other ones to get to the final boss, you know.
Does Evander, is he required to take 10 steps backwards before he's allowed to practice PKs? Like he has to up the difficulty level a little bit?
Like he's ridiculous, man. He's like the pop that he gets is crazy. Like I remember there was a couple weeks ago, and like, I mean, how he looks is how he is. He's very like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
But he got mad at something. I forget what it was. but he ripped one from like 5 yards out as hard as he could and hit me right in the ribs. And it hurt so bad, but I didn't want to look like a baby. So, you know, when it like the wing gets knocked out of you and you're like,
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, Roman, switch. And like because that's like another, like you, like in training, you don't smash it as hard as you can.
Sure.
And he came over and he like just put his head in my chest. He's like, sorry, Ev. It's like, Evander, you can do what you want, bud.
No, you're just like, sick kick, man.
Yeah. Don't get sick.
My God. I mean, this season has been incredible. It's been fun to see the team continue this form. I would even point out from the moment you got here is when this team truly turned around. As we look to the home stretch, what are the vibes around the locker room right now? Is there a good energy right now?
I mean, yeah, I think, don't know what that was. Sorry. Yeah, I mean, obviously we've been doing really well in the league. I think we're second in
Second.
Yeah. And we have like a really talented group. You know, we got really good leadership in the locker room. And obviously, I mean, Monterrey's a really good team. And I think Pat said it, that's one of our better performances of the year, especially like in the first half. And we only have like 9 games left. So this is one of those things where it's like, you want to peak at the right time. And you can tell like players are getting not more comfortable, but like gelling.
We've achieved gelling. Is that the case?
Yeah, I mean, I think everyone's really confident and you know, really excited to get this end of the year kind of, you know, when it really matters, like cooking.
Yeah.
Does it feel weird that you only have 9 games left, that the season somehow still goes to October?
Yes and no. I mean, like, I was talking to my wife the other day. I'm like, we have 9 games left. Like, I just went to Clearwater for a month and a half. Like, that felt like last week. But it's just like crazy, like how quick it goes. But like, yeah, you're right. Like, it's not really like soon when we're done,
Right.
which is kind of wild. But I mean, I don't mind it. I don't like having like a super long off season. It feels weird.
Yeah. You know, the playoffs going into like December, it's MLS is a real mind fuck when it comes to keeping track of the calendar and everything like that. Oh man. Well, look, we love having you on. We are, I like to think, amongst your biggest fans. We want to wish you the best the rest of the way, and help initiate and help gel some of these new guys showing up. Echenique, it sounds like we got a guy coming over from France later this weekend, so a heck of a good time there, man. And thank you so much for coming on.
Oh, for sure. Thank you guys for having me. You guys know anytime I play, I'll message Grayson.
And a huge thank you to Evan for jumping on. He knew we were going to ask him, right? Like,
yeah, he led the segment off before we even started recording. He said, I almost preemptively texted Grayson, yes, as soon as I found out I was starting. We gotta have my man on. Just like, we gotta call him. It's like, you don't always call someone when you need something. Every so often, you got to call him just to check in. We got to call Evan to check in here in like a month or so, even if he's, doesn't get a start or doesn't play or doesn't do anything fun. We should have had him on after the PK.
We should have.
We got to get him on again. Just to say what's up and say that we're thinking about you.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, we need like a coffee and or pizza sponsor for Evan. I don't know exactly how that works, but
if you are listening to this podcast and you own a coffee shop or a pizzeria, hit us up in the DMs and you would like to sponsor the Evan Louro Vibes Check, hit us up. We'll figure something out with Evan. We'll get him on once a month to talk a little ball, and then maybe put a little coffee or pizza in Evan's pocket as a result of this. We don't want your coffee. We don't want your pizza. We want to give it to Evan.
Yes.
We don't want
a dime. We will read. We'll read ads.
Yes.
Do whatever. It all goes to Evan.
Yes.
Yeah.
So long as he is an FC Cincinnati player, this will be our bribe to keep him here, because my man plays very well, and I am worried every time a goalkeeper gets hurt around the league.
They're like somebody realizes, oh yeah, this guy's like really good on a supplemental roster deal. I don't want to transition too quickly away from the Monterrey game, because I mean, Evan had some fun perspective on that, just in terms of how good the players were they were playing.
Yeah.
And it's this podcast, as I was, thinking about having to record this tonight after the Juarez game, there is such a duality between the two matches we're going to be talking about. I don't want to let it out of our sights that everything that you want to say about this FC team and about what went wrong or what they did wrong in this Juarez game or what didn't happen, that this team at full strength against Monterrey took it to Monterrey.
Yes.
Like, not a fluky win by any stretch of the imagination. You can say they got potentially lucky on the VAR check that awarded Luca Orishano his goal, but at worst, what you're saying is that it's a hair either way, a foot either way on that.
Yeah.
It doesn't negate what an incredible vision that set the play up and the run that set the play up. And by the way, Buca nets a third anyway, and this game is not in doubt. If this is a 2-1 game instead of a 3-1 game, I don't think they let the last goal in, because I think they're locking in on defense a little bit more. It was the best 90 minutes I think this team has played all year. I think it's better than the Miami game they played, because that's a better opponent than Miami is. That's the best opponent they've played all year.
Yeah. Depending on where you fall on the Tigres Monterrey split, but yes,
right.
I completely agree with you. That's what makes this so weird, and it is worth pointing out as well that against Juarez there was a fair amount of rotation, so it was not maybe the best foot forward, and we can critique that. We'll look at that, but I certainly think that you look at that Monterrey game, and that is without Denke, that is without Wobodo, that's without any of these new guys. If they eventually come on and be contributors in some way, shape, or form, and this team still looked that good, that's got to give you hope. Couple of games left in the season, and if the team is able to put together performances like that consistently, this team has the highest possible ceiling.
But then, you look at this Juarez game, and look, I'm not as mad about the Juarez result. Maybe this is a hot take. I'm not as mad about the Juarez result as happy as I was about the Monterrey result. Like,
oh, I see.
These are not equal. The Monterrey result feels more important than the Juarez result, for the simple reason of, number one, in the Juarez result, it's a critique of the roster build. They don't have an adequate replacement for Pavel Buca. And so when Pavel Buca is not on the field for this team, they look like a different team. Flat out. He does things in this lineup that absolutely no one else can replicate. And we see that in the difference in performance from not only Monterrey to Juarez, but even in the Juarez game before he subbed on to after he subbed on. Number two,
Pavel was not just because he came on the show. He was fantastic
in both these games.
In both these games.
In both of these games.
But especially like after. But I guess what's fresh in mind, right, is when he subs on in the second half of the Juarez game.
Yeah.
Like, he changes how they play.
He does, because he's one of the only players on the team that is a ball progressor and facilitator out of the midfield. where he is solely looking to link play. He's not looking to do anything else. He's not looking to dribble out of situations. He's not looking to run into space. He is looking to facilitate play with the ball at his feet. And that's just a skill set that not a lot of other players in this team have. And he's incredible defensively as well. Like, he doesn't sacrifice an iota of defense on the field being out there. Number 2 with the Juarez game as well. You start out with Luca Orishano in the midfield. He is not a midfielder. He is not an attacker. He is a winger. And he is just woefully miscast whenever they put him there. This was a match they played in the dreaded sword formation. That has to be done. Like, I asked before the game, was the failure of the sword due to its just not working or a lack of gel? Dude, there's not enough. You can't put enough gel on the sword to make me excited. All right. Like, it's just not going to work. Okay.
What a euphemism.
So with all of this being considered, they had to rotate against Juarez.
Yeah.
They had to get some people off the field. They had to give people some rest. And yet they still came out of it with an opportunity to take 2 points. I think they could have pushed for 3 at the end of that game. They had some good opportunities. But, you know, I can't be that mad about this game, especially when you consider with all this that Juarez scores 1 goal on a deflection. We score an own goal, one of our goals. There's a PK that's sent to the VAR that gets waved off. I think it would have been a soft PK, but they still sent the referee over to the VAR monitor, which usually means they think there was a penalty that was committed.
Someone thought there was one.
It's frustrating how many times we've seen refs go to the monitor against FC Cincinnati and not overturn the call.
Yeah.
We've had at least one time where Pro later came back and said, yeah, he should have overturned that call. This is, I think, the right spot to bring this up. And it's not an excuse, but the refereeing tonight was horrendous.
Yes.
It was
shameful.
It was not close to the standard you need for a game like this. The official comes out and look, I know it's this official. I think it's the same official we had for the Monterrey game.
I think it's the same entire crew.
I think so too. I know she got some death threats after the Monterrey game.
Yeah.
Which obviously should never happen.
Yeah, not good. Don't do that.
One for a variety of reasons. One of them is that the decisions that you would be mad to the ref about were not in the ref's control. Like the offside call, VAR reversal with Orishano, that was automated.
Yeah, it's not her.
That wasn't the ref's call. She didn't go to the monitor and overturn it. She was told he's onside. Goal.
Yeah.
Right. And her hands are tied. So it's like ridiculous. You shouldn't be giving you shouldn't be doing death threats to refs or any.
You shouldn't be doing
death
threats even if it's her call. Like, come on.
Right. Yes. Obviously.
Or even anybody. I'll go as far as to say anybody probably shouldn't be throwing death threats around.
But I did wonder,
John Tolkien.
I did wonder if some of the heat that she got affected how she called the game. Like, she gives Matt Miazga a yellow 2 minutes into the game.
Right.
For one of the most obvious flops I'd ever seen.
Yeah.
I think we end up with 3 yellows in the first 20 minutes or so.
Yeah, that was bad. The Miazga one in particular, though, I think he got away with the second one in the second half because she knew that she got a little bit on the first one.
Fine.
I think that one balanced out. I think the second yellow on Miazga that they were calling for was soft anyway because the player clearly went down just because he felt a jersey tug, not because Matt actually pulled him. But I think that one is of the calls. It was awful to get it wrong in the first place. I think it eventually leveled out.
I don't think it levels out. I think when you
that
screw
one
up,
specifically.
No, I don't think it levels out because when you screw up and you give silly yellows early, you change how the team can play the rest of the game.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't disagree with that.
And then they didn't give Juarez their first yellow until way late. And Juarez was on the refs the whole time.
Yeah.
The whole time. Like they were flopping. They were up in the ref's face. They were crowding the ref. They were doing all types of things. To me, they were begging to have cards handed out, and they did not get any until late.
So,
and late cards don't make up for early cards. They just don't.
No, especially
because
not on
Matt
defenders.
has played 60 minutes on a yellow at that point.
Yeah.
And then, Chief, you want to talk about the, holding off on giving Matt one out of an acknowledgement. The first one was BS. Pizarro got a well-deserved yellow and immediately committed another foul that would have been a well-deserved yellow. And he just knew he got a freebie.
Because it was so close in time to the other one. It's like,
because it was so close to the other one.
And
it's like both of those were yellow worthy. And so that doesn't even out.
Well, here's the problem. Go look up the stats on this game. Did Pizarro get a yellow? No.
Oh, really?
No, here's the thing.
The announcer announced a yellow.
The broadcast showed like 8 more yellow cards than were awarded. The official count, I'm looking on FOTMob and MLSsoccer.com, is 4 total yellows. Miazga and Flores in the first 20 minutes, and Torres and Castillo on the 67th and 73rd. No other yellows. And I swear, I'm with you. There were like 10 yellows in this game. None of them happened.
What about the bench yellow? There was clearly a bench yellow, wasn't there?
Yeah, there was a bench yellow.
If there's a bench yellow, it's not reflected here. I don't know if those are typically reflected or not.
Okay.
That's the only one. But just so weird.
I saw the foul.
Yes.
I saw the yellow given. I heard
like
the announcer say yellow card to Pizarro.
And then what was funny is on the Pizarro yellow card, they said, well, it wasn't a yellow card this time. It was a yellow card for the previous foul. Apparently, it never happened.
It's the officiating was terrible, and I think that we got. I think she was just willing. It's crazy how credulous refs can be sometimes when a team just is obviously flopping.
Yes.
And obviously just begging for calls, not interested in just playing. And it's crazy how often refs just fall for it.
Yeah.
And then I got to say, when it comes to her call about whether to call a penalty here or not, I feel like that was pressure getting to her.
I don't know.
They don't call you to the monitor if they don't think it's clear and obvious.
I know they don't call you to the monitor.
That's the standard. They only call you to the monitor if they think it's clear and obvious.
I do wonder if it's a different standard with Leagues Cup. I'll just throw it out there.
That wouldn't
I think that's
me.
the IFAB standard.
Okay. If that's the case, that's the case.
I also didn't know they were using the monitor. I just assumed all the calls were coming from upstairs.
Well, because offside, I think, is automated, but like a foul in the box is the ref's call.
Which also, why can't we get automated offside in MLS? Apparently it works.
Don't ask those questions. Don't ask those questions.
Just throw it out there.
That's how you get disappeared by PR.
Because they had automated offside in Club World Cup, right?
They did, yeah.
Maybe the technology is suddenly installed.
Interesting.
I am an FCC homer through and through. I love this club. I would have been furious if that kind of a PK would have been awarded against us, if that was Roman in that situation.
But we get those PKs awarded against us all the time. Not like that specific one, but we get shitty PKs awarded against us all the time.
We do get shitty PKs, but and believe me, I am no bigger proponent of the idea that we coddle goalkeepers and that if you go rashly charging into a pile of humanity and commit a foul, it should be a penalty kick in those situations. That is never called that way. I can't recall the last time I saw a goalkeeper throw his body into a situation and commit a PK. I have seen that against us in previous instances where dudes get absolutely walloped by opposing keepers. And it's just like, oh no, it's his box, it's his area, he gets to do whatever. It's like, wait, all crime is legal as long as you're wearing the different colored shirt? Like that would have been, for us to have been awarded a PK in that situation.
Yes, like there is all crime is legal. Really? There is all crime is legal, but like we just saw that we just lost a game or didn't lose a game, but we didn't get a win because of the Miles Robinson foul that was called in the box last weekend.
Yeah.
I wouldn't apologize for something that apparently somebody in the VAR booth thought was clearly and obviously a penalty.
I don't remember if this went to the monitor or not, but I am reminded of earlier in the season, Brad Guzan punching the ever-loving daylights out of Dado in a very similar situation where even Miazga and Roman, I think, charged up the field to yell at Guzan for the penalty. Like I said, I can't remember if it went to the monitor or not. I know VAR looked at it for a long time, but they did not award a PK in that one. Not to hand it to the consistency here, but
yes, but that should have been a penalty too.
That one absolutely should have been a penalty.
That was worse than this one.
Way worse.
You will find, like I said, no bigger proponent to the idea that this rule in particular should be changed to stop goalkeepers from just being able to throw themselves like human missiles into people. But unless they're going to change how that is officiated all the time, I would have, like I said, I would be furious if that was a call that was made on Roman Celentano in that situation, given how consistently it is officiated that the goalkeeper can do basically anything they want in the box, as long as there is a crowd of people and it's not a 1v1 situation.
That's a problem with the leeway that officials are given in soccer. Like, if you ever watch the Andrew Wiebe, like, what do they call it? Like instant replay. And it's like how often a game changing, game winning or game losing call is just given where it's just like, yeah, you could call that either way. It's like,
oh, okay.
And it's just clear how much or how often it's like, oh, he's fouled, but he just goes down too easy there to get a penalty, where it's just like, oh, this is just vibes. Like we're deciding outcomes, we're deciding trophies just based on vibes.
Yeah. He wanted the penalty too much.
So like I think that the concept of a penalty needs to be examined in soccer.
Ooh.
Where they need to come up with like penalty offenses and like other kind of offenses.
Yeah.
Where like maybe you get like a direct free kick, like just outside the box for this thing.
I like it.
You know, because like if that was called a penalty tonight or not called a penalty, that decided the game.
Yeah.
That swung the game, you know, and that happens all the time. It happens too often.
Yeah.
No disagreement there. I'm not going to defend refs. Just, you're not going to hear from me on this. I'm not going to defend. I think they should be replaced by robots in all situations, because at least the robot does what it's programmed to do and doesn't all of a sudden get in its feels because, you yelled at it too much. Or,
see, I believed that 3 years ago. Now with like AI, your robot umpire is going to hallucinate a ball.
No, it's just gonna believe, it's gonna believe in right-wing conspiracies. But that's okay, as long as it officiates the game clearly and doesn't, claim that, weather machines are controlling the changing seasons. Or
if the AI ref believes in right-wing conspiracies, I think we want that. As long as Matt Miazga is the center back for FC Cincinnati.
Yeah, shit.
We can recruit to this. Yes.
Yeah. Just get Jeff Cameron.
Right. We'll give him the captain's armband, and he can chat the ref up a little bit. Have you heard about this thing with them using 5G internet to control people's minds?
I'll tell you what, MLS would be undefeated in Leagues Cup with these robot umpires.
When's the next time you're in DC officiating? You got to check out Comet Pizza.
We all do. So yeah.
I saw this thing on Facebook the other day. Really interesting.
let me send you a YouTube link with 8 views.
Do you follow Signal 99?
Do you hear MLS won't release the list of people who are on yellow card suspension? Oh, wait, it turns out there's no list. Nobody's on yellow card suspension. It's fine.
Don't even know what yellow card suspension is. What are you talking about?
Turns out there never were yellow cards.
Actually, you're kind of weird for asking about yellow cards.
Right. Are we still talking about yellow cards?
Oh, God.
All right,
I have a theory about this team. When this team was emotionally and spiritually led by Lucho Acosta, it was a team that never said die, was a fierce, competitive team through and through until it got its feelings hurt, and then it just sort of gave up. And that was sort of the vibe of the team, and that was the vibe of Lucho Acosta. I think now with Evander as the spiritual helm of this team, I genuinely believe FC Cincinnati 2025 tries when it has to. They just know when they gotta.
Yeah.
And
I think it has no fight.
Yeah.
No, I don't believe it. No.
But is also not phased by losing.
Yeah,
no,
I don't think.
Yeah. I don't agree with any of that. I think it is a team. It has definitely taken on the personality of Evander, which is just sort of like, yeah, don't worry, it'll figure itself out.
Yeah.
And then, 40 yards away from goal, we'll take a rip and we're back into this thing.
Yeah.
And then we'll deliver a corner kick, it'll score. Yeah, what were you people worried about? We had this all along. Like that line from Matt Miazga earlier in the year, where it's like, no, we had him exactly where we wanted him, as they are like bailout defending and diving to block every shot. We had everything under control. What are you talking about? It's like, really?
Should have seen the other guy. Yeah.
Like, I think that's the vibe of this team. Is you ask Evander, it's like you're down 2-0. It's in the 70th minute. You're subbing on Steven Jimenez, and it's like clearly the white flag has gone up from the coaching staff. It's like, no, we were good. We knew exactly what we were doing. Still right here.
Yeah, right.
So I think that we should acknowledge, in case people are listening to this and didn't watch the game, a heavily rotated FC Cincinnati lineup went down 2-0 to FC Juarez, came back, tied it 2-2, lost on penalties. So they are sitting on 4 points after 2 games in Leagues Cup. They are in a cluster of MLS teams that all have 4 points.
If results hold, there are 6 teams with 4 points, 1 with 5, 1 with 6.
They're basically eliminated at this point because of the goal.
So let's talk about that.
Yeah, because of the way the tiebreakers are working, like it becomes very difficult to see, even if they get to 7 points, that there won't be multiple teams that have a better goal differential, more goals scored, and more. They won't lose a tiebreaker on wins at 7 points. Because
I'm not willing to say that. Here's what I am willing to say is we will know by our next game whether a win gets us through or not.
Yeah. Which is kind of a flaw of the tournament.
Thursday is the last day of this round of the tournament. And basically all or most or all of the teams that might advance ahead of us will be done by the time we kick off.
Which is neat, because then we can just decide right then and there exactly how much we're willing to go for it when we have another game on Sunday.
Absolutely.
Does FCC 2 need to run out for this game? Or
I think they're limited to just the roster that they have for Leagues Cup. So I don't know how many 2 guys they have on the roster, but every one of them should play if they're eliminated or they're in the position where I think they would be.
I mean, we'll call this the Corey Baird game for some time.
Or the Dem game, or the
Yeah.
Steven Jimenez still plays on this team game.
The Ayub Jabari game.
Ooh.
Can I before we move on from Juarez?
Hold on. We do need to talk about two things, I think.
Oh, God.
We got to talk
from
about
Juarez.
Yeah, no, number one is, can we talk a little bit about why Matt Miazga is taking PK still? I love Matt Miazga. Matt Miazga is forever my favorite FC Cincinnati in. I am firmly of the mind of build the statue right now. Don't let your center backs take PKs, please. Just like every bad thing that has happened to FCC in penalty shootout situations have either been as a result of Roman Celentano just like inexplicably choosing to dive the wrong way every single time, or because a center back has taken a PK and just ruined the night. Like other mega Cincinnatian, Nick Hagland, he took a PK against Miami in the Open Cup, didn't go well. Miazga, I think the last time Miazga took a PK, blocked. This one, blocked. Just they're goal preventers. They are not goal scorers. Like, unless you're allowed to take a PK with your head, don't let your center backs take PKs. Please.
Well, the other choices though were like Ender Echenike.
Love it. Nobody knows anything. Nobody has any film on him. You have no idea which way he's kicking.
Yesterday. Or like Steven Jimenez, who is probably still thinking about how he missed the opportunity to like meet I Show Speed at the All-Star game. At the All-Star game.
But Jimenez would have had, I assume, a ton more experience with FCC too, because they go to penalties like all the time. So
right.
I guess, yeah.
So he would have at least been there before.
What's his FCC2 penalty record
Don't
look
ask
like?
me.
Don't
questions.
care.
I
don't care.
Don't know the
you
answer
know who I would have rather had take the PK than Miazga? Roman Celentano. I don't want center backs taking PKs. I never want it to happen. They should be, if 11 people take a PK, your last 3 should be your center backs. I'm sorry.
It is weird that they subbed in Brad Smith and not
Corey
any
Baird.
of the attackers. Yeah.
I was asking in the moment. I was like, why not sub in Corey Baird?
Right.
Why
to
not
take a penalty?
Sub in Evan. He can play in the outfield for like 5 minutes and then take a PK.
Oh, that. Can you trade? Oh, can you put?
Yes,
like,
you could play a goalie as a field player.
No, but like, could you trade goalies in the middle of the PK shootout?
That's a good question. Is can you have a field player play goalie?
Yeah.
In a PK shootout, I don't see any rule that says a dog can't play basketball.
as we continue to get dunked on by a dog over and over again.
Yeah. The other piece I want to talk about in this one, Ender Echenike, sure, put all the caveats on there that like it was tactics-free time and we were desperate for a win. Blah blah blah.
Man's
Kid is fast as hell, and I don't care what time of game it is. A kid is still fast as hell. We don't have anybody faster. All of our fast guys got old. Like Powell and Santos are old all of a sudden.
Right.
And
there is a gravesite somewhere in Oakland that contains the body of Al Davis, and there's a part of him that's banging on the lid watching Ender Echenike play right there. Like that is some cool.
We can teach him how to catch. That's not a problem.
That kid has some speed, man.
Yeah. So I think there are very few scenarios. I know I mentioned like, we'll basically know if we can advance or not.
Yeah.
Going into the game Thursday. For me, there's like very few scenarios where you don't just start him Thursday.
I agree. Because you're going to need to have you're going to want to have your full team ready when you get back to MLS play on August 10th.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so
that's as important of a game as it could possibly have been. I mean, there's like it's the 10th anniversary of the club.
Yeah, it's an Eastern Conference matchup.
We're doing a pre-show before that.
Right.
You don't want to make assholes out of us.
Yeah, you don't want to make us look dumb.
I also don't want to spend time figuring out which of the players that returned is bad luck. That's an impossible task right there. I don't want to hate any of these guys.
That's a great point. So
Ender was awesome though.
Yeah.
Love Ender. I'm all for making Thursday Ender's Game. This is going to be exciting for everyone involved.
Can we get a Tifo made in that short amount of time?
Kill the buggers. Wait, no. No.
I like it though. I think he's good from what little bit I've seen. He didn't look bad. All right. And there were a couple of moments where
kind of nice with it, right?
Yeah. Could see what we're working with. And yeah, I don't know, like, if nothing else, he offers a change of pace to Yedlin, and that's all he needs to be. So that's good. Let's see what happens if you start him.
What I want to see is the defense or the players, in position as if they're going to play out the back. And I want to see Ender just go long and just hit him with an okadoke and just have Roman kick it as hard as he can and see if Ender can outrun somebody there. I think that would be a lot of fun. I think that's a viable offensive strategy for this team.
I think
run faster than the other guy.
Ping it up to Kai. Kai just needs to hold it for a second while this guy just darts up the field, lay it off to him. We got something cooking.
Other thing, just before we finish up with the Juarez game, I have been a harsh critic of Roman Celentano's penalty kick stopping abilities. Bravo to Roman. You saved 1 of 5. That should win you most PK shootouts. Job well done, sir.
Yeah. It's very funny that Evander missed his, right? He's like the one guy you'd trust.
Maybe he should be practicing with Evan.
Or I was thinking about this. Do you have to take PKs from the spot, or can you put the ball back further?
That's a good point. Is that just the closest spot?
Right. Is it like a free throw where, like, I think it was Nick Van Exel used to stand 2 steps behind the free throw line when he shot?
Yeah.
Like, can Ender back the ball up to about 25 yards out?
He might be better with it, honestly.
I thought there was no better sort of like recognized game moment in this than Juarez setting up a 3-man wall on a free kick that was like 60 yards out from goal.
They obviously did their scouting. I also do want to take a moment. I guess people thought I was joking when I said this. Their manager, Martin Varini, is an Uruguayan, has coached and managed like all over the world already as an assistant and as a head coach. He is 33 years old. And if you haven't seen Juarez's recent form, look, they're not absolutely shocking the world just yet, but so far this season they drew America 1-1, they lost to Tigres 1-0, and they beat Charlotte 4-1, drew Tijuana 1-1. Just to be clear,
I was gonna say, like, we can draw teams 1-1 and lose 1-0.
But to be clear, Juarez is essentially a USL team playing fringe Champions League level teams here and like holding their own. I genuinely believe this manager is one to keep an eye on for the future. So
as long as he doesn't take a job opportunity elsewhere that rightfully belongs to Wilfred Nancy, I'm okay with that.
I thought you were going to say an American. Jesus.
We're never beating the allegations.
So
I personally would love for him to take an American's job.
So with that, is there anything else from either of these games? I mean, we won't really know much else until we record Wednesday night about Leagues Cup. At time of recording, Tijuana's winning. That's good for us, and Monterrey and Red Bull are still tied. So
we should leave this segment with this note, and I'm going to give him credit by name from the Discord, Chili Dog, with just the line of the night. Fans at TQL are rooting for Monterrey, but I think Red Bull feels at home too, since the stadium is practically empty.
Nice.
That's pretty good.
Tip of the cap there. That's just, there's no better description of this tournament right there.
I love it. Okay, to wrap us up here in part 3, we've got some bills to pay. We got some questions to answer. Let's do it. All right, we are back for part 3, and this is my favorite time of the month. It's the very first couple of days of the next month, which means we have a whole bunch of questions to answer from the previous month's Patreon. That's how we do it, folks. This is a special time of the episode of the Postcast where the good, fine, attractive, and adorable folks who have paid us $2 a month. That's right. These are the wealthiest amongst us. They have $2 to just set on fire. They are paying us to keep the show afloat, which I do appreciate. And as a part of that, they get to ask a question. They get to ask a question that we answer on the podcast. And we have a bunch of them to get to. So let's get to them. Aaron S. asks a question that I feel like Grayson is going to have some strong opinions on. Aaron asks, or tells us to, pick a Cincinnati neighborhood and identify restaurants or establishments within it that would make a nice multi-course progressive dinner.
So I'll go first
Please.
as the resident Oakley resident Oakley resident.
Yeah.
Within the fine, lovely, charming neighborhood of Oakley, I'm a big enthusiast of the Oakley Pub and Grill. They have you sit at the bar up there. The taco salad, incredibly underrated there. It's healthy because it says salad, obviously.
Of course.
And so you can feel better about yourself as you consume a salad that is mostly taco shell and salsa and sour cream. In addition to that, St. Francis, a pizza is one of the best pizzerias in town, New Haven style, fantastic. You can top all that off with a Guinness at Haps. So just good times all around, and that's before you even get to Forno and other establishments around the area as well. So good stuff.
I like it.
That feels like less of a progressive dinner and more of like a bang bang.
Yeah.
Like we're doing like two dinners.
Yeah. Double dinner.
We're gonna have a whole pizza and then go to Forno.
And have another whole pizza.
Look, the line between the flatbread appetizer and the pre-dinner pizza is really, really thin.
It's vibes.
Right. You got enough people, pizza can be an appetizer. Don't kid yourself.
I actually think a neighborhood that lends itself really well to this is where our good friends at Streetside are located, in the Columbia Tusculum neighborhood. But I would go a little closer to where the precinct is, but don't do precinct. Okay, you can do Allen's, where you can get a great appetizer there. Get some gator. Okay, that's fun. That's interesting. Then you go over to either Pearl's is a good spot, or there is soon to be opened. My God, I am so excited about this. Jot India. And Jot India, I think this is only a lunch thing. And if it is, it's going to break my heart. They offer thali. I'm probably mispronouncing that. Thali. Thali is the best $15 dish ever. It comes on like a silver platter, and you get 3 different curries and naan and rice and chicken and all sorts of delicious things. You get to like try everything. And Jot was last year ranked as like one of the nation's best Indian restaurants, their Newport location, and they've just been growing and growing and growing. So they got good stuff there. And then Stanley's Pub is one of my favorite spots in the whole city. So go to Stanley's to finish it all up and, I don't know, smoke on the communal joint in the patio. There's always something weird going on at Stanley's, and I absolutely love it.
Grayson, thoughts?
I guess what I would suggest is some kind of like Norden, Kentucky crawl.
Yeah.
And so you can go to Hofbrauhaus in Newport. You can go to Prost Tavern in Bellevue. And you can go to Tuba in Dayton, Kentucky. And then you can end your evening with, let's stick with pizza at Wayfair in Dayton.
Perfect.
Like that a lot.
Dayton, Kentucky, underrated.
Which obviously Wayfair is not German necessarily, but it's like, okay, we're doing like German appetizers. We're going to get if you want to go to Tuba, you can get the spatzel with the Society chili lentils.
Ooh.
Would be a high recommend, but like the pretzel there is incredible too. The food is really good, but if you want to do just like German beers, German style, and then finish off with like a pizza and like a natty wine.
Could do
Who doesn't love a good natty wine right there?
I love it. Okay. Kells Bells asks us a question that I feel like is going to be really hard to answer. So we'll see how far we get. Kells Bells asks, if you could construct your ideal U.S. men's national team roster for 2026, including the coach, who would it be?
Well, Coach Wilfred Nancy.
Wilfred Nancy, obviously.
Obviously.
Yeah, he's deserved it. It's his time.
And then
The tactics employed are just incredible.
is then following that is the roster,
the entire Columbus crew.
every domestic player for the Columbus crew.
If I was going to do this, I would want nothing but MLS players because I don't think it matters. We're not going to win either way, but it would make all the wrong people unhappy. All the right people, I should say, unhappy if the entire player pool for the 2026 World Cup was MLS players. And if they somehow advanced into the knockout stages, that would be glorious. So give me all of, give me Roman Celentano, give me, Georgi Mihailovic, give me all those guys that are on the periphery of the player pool that we don't usually see very often. Max Arfsten, give me, give me dudes like that.
My problem with the U.S. men's national team is a personal one, and I don't know why. And maybe it's because of interactions on Twitter, or maybe it's because I'm sick and tired of like this constant chase for the next Wunderkind. But I hate all the European-based U.S. men's national team players. I don't care for them at all. Like, you can sit there and tell me that the damn striker who we got from Monaco is now just like bouncing around wherever. Balogun. Really? He's that much better because he had one good year? I refuse to believe these guys are that much better than the really good Americans in MLS. I think they're benefiting from a lot of extra stuff going on, and I'm out. Whenever it's like, oh, we could get Serginho Destin, I think he sucks. Serginho Dest sucks. I haven't seen him be very good in like 5 years. Get him out of here. So my answer is I don't care, but I want a bunch of guys that are scrappy as hell and willing to fight for it. And if that means taking a less talented team, so be it. I'm sick of these European kids.
Yeah, I do. So I'll give like a 25. Matt Turner, Matt Freese.
Okay.
Roman.
I like
Love
it.
We'll go Dest, Chris Richards, Anthony Robinson. We'll go Miles. We'll go Tim Ream. We'll go Joe Scally. We'll go Mark McKenzie. Cameron Carter-Vickers.
Sure.
And
I don't like people with hyphenated last names. Cut him.
I don't know. Noah Kai Banks.
I don't know what Cameron Carter-Vickers has done in his career that's more better than like Buka.
Well, that's a defender. So
also Buka doesn't.
Also, Buka's not an American
yet.
No, but that's my point. Is if Buka was an American, I would take Matt Miazga before Cameron Carter-Vickers.
$5 million. I got a website. We can make Pavel Buka an American. We can crowdfund this.
I would take Ian Murphy before Cameron Carter-Vickers. He's useless. What he played at Celtic.
Midfield: Tyler Adams, Diego Luna, Johnny Cardoso, Malik Tillman. Is Christian a midfielder? No, we'll do Tanner Tessman, Weston McKennie,
If you told me that you made Tanner Tessman's name up, I would almost believe you.
Yeah, I did for sure. Man, this is tough. I'll put Christian in that midfield group.
Sure.
And screw it.
Gio Reyna.
Brendan Aronson.
Oh.
How many? I don't know how many that was. We'll say that was enough.
That was 32.
And then forwards. Forwards, Pepe. I forgot about Yunus Musa.
How could you forget Yunus Musa?
Throw him in the midfield, I guess. And then forward, Sargent, Pepe, I guess, Balogun.
Wow! After I just shat on
If
him.
you just
Wait, hold on.
no, not Balogun. Timothy Weah.
There we go.
And let's go, Brandon.
Wait, let's go.
Was
chanting.
this all just a build up to let's go, Brandon?
So what about why not Josh Windass? Tom Vogler tweets about him enough that I have to believe he's a great player, right?
He's not American.
He's not. I think he's Dutch.
Otherwise, he'd be the first name on the team sheet.
Obviously. All right, so here's my hot take before we move on with this subject. I think every player that skipped the Gold Cup for personal reasons or fatigue,
boot him
out.
Yeah,
I don't care.
I'm with that.
I think that it would send a tremendous message to the player pool if Pochettino just said, you know what, you're sitting out. Sorry, I want people that want to be here, that want to live and die for this country and for the opportunity to play here. You don't get to pick and choose when you want to be here. Sorry, kids.
Damn.
Yeah. I would rather lose in the group stage than have Christian Pulisic suit up for this team again.
Oh, that's a hot take. I love this. They did it to my man Landon, okay?
Yeah.
So if they can do it to literally the best U.S. men's national team player of all time.
Who had actually done stuff for the national team.
You know,
who was on the best 3 national teams of all time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, it's even at
best two.
Sure. But even at that moment was the best U.S. men's national team player of all time. It's not like he made that career later. And he was still in his prime and doing very well in MLS. And I think scored like a hat trick the day after he was rejected. I'll say
this. I'll take every player on the 2002 team over every player on the current team.
Easy.
I'll take every player on the 2014 team.
Yes.
Over every player on this team.
Mixed Diskerud. What's funny is
fine, let him stay. Let Mixed Diskerud stay. Let Aaron Johansson stay. Right?
Yes.
That team scrapped.
See, here's my problem is it feels like the entire U.S. men's national team now is mixed Diskeruds. That's all they are. It's just a whole army of mixed Diskeruds that I'm sure are extremely promising. Nobody seems to be able to show it day in and day out, but they're all extremely promising, and they all are under contract with Manchester City, just like Mixed Diskerud was.
I just now have this mental image in my mind of David Letterman just repeating, Mix Diskerud, Paul. Mix Diskerud. Yeah, you heard of this guy? Mix Diskerud.
Aaron Johansson, though, is the saddest one because it was a big deal that he switched from Iceland, and then Iceland went on to have their generational run in the Euros.
And he had injury issues. He was really good.
He was very good. Oh, man. Brandon Gregory asks, why do you think this team is easier to watch up 1-0 than 2-0? We need the TST bonus goal. The second goal counts as 2 to make it 3-0. Brandon.
Because Pat Noonan respects the game so much, he doesn't want to blow teams out.
Yeah. He wants a respectable scoreline. I actually think that the fans do have a nervous energy, and it bleeds onto the team.
Can't imagine where that came from.
Well, I think we got to be the ones to step up and embrace 2-0. Talk your shit be excited, be happy. If the team ends up dropping points, so be it. But I always hate don't talk shit or the other team will throw it back to you. Have fun. Live it up.
Please talk shit.
Yes.
I do think it would be fun to experiment with that in the crowd and just see what would happen if at 2-0, everybody just got louder.
Yes.
And like, let's blow this team out. Because there is like this thing too, where it's like, everybody lets their foot off the gas a little bit at 2-0.
Yeah.
And additionally, there is some of that, like, nervous energy. We can't have that.
It'd be a real bummer if we lost now. Yeah, no,
Right,
you can't have that.
Louder.
This is a great username, and the username might be the answer to the question. Skyline Slushy asks, if you had to have one superpower, but it was entirely useless, like only being invisible when nobody is looking at you.
Shut up, mystery man.
Which power would you all have?
What a completely useless superpower.
A completely useless superpower.
The being invisible only when nobody's looking at you is famously not useless.
Yeah, it's how they actually defeated Casanova Frankenstein.
Because you can avoid like motion sensors and whatnot.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
but a motion sensor technically counts as someone looking at you. This gets into that. Like,
no, it's not someone. I don't agree to that. I don't agree.
What about somebody watching you via a camera feed?
I don't think a machine is someone.
Wow, Grayson definitely refers to them as clankers.
Yeah, ChatGPT is listening. I'd be a little more careful.
Like, what defines a useless superpower? Because I feel like anything like
AI is not remarkable if every machine is a person.
It's also not artificial intelligence. It's virtual intelligence. This is a huge pet peeve.
I don't care. I don't care. It's all stupid.
But it's not real.
Rocco's Basilisk, kill me.
It's not real. It's this pretend intelligence. I can't think of one. Like anything I could think of would be useful. This is the problem.
That's like the lesson of like all types of things. It's like everybody is useful in the right context.
Right.
So what is a useless superpower?
Being good at podcasting?
Some people make a lot of money doing that.
Here's my useless superpower.
No, they shouldn't at all.
Only
we should.
Whatever your like sense of time is when you fall asleep, I have perfect sense of time when you fall asleep.
But that's useful.
But is it though? Like when you wake up, you'd be like, I slept for 6 hours and 45 minutes.
That's incredibly useful for like reporting to your doctor what your sleep health is.
I've got a useless superpower that I would love to have.
You can't control it. You just know what it was. So you still oversleep. You just know by how much.
Grayson's useless superpower is freezing.
I really hope he just unplugged his computer.
Perfect timing.
So good. I can control my computer's lag at will.
So a superpower that I would love to have that's totally useless is being able to play a perfect progressive pass on FC Cincinnati.
Hey-o.
The perfect back pass.
My superpower would be being a competent MLS striker, which would put me firmly on the bench at FC Cincinnati. So that's good. Charlie, I'm gonna mess up this name.
XCX.
No.
Boom.
Guys, these are all much better people. Well, no, Chang.
Wow.
These are much more,
wow.
These are much more famous people.
I respect Charlie for being a Patreon contributor. None of those other people are Patreon contributors.
Right.
That is
the best kind of person.
Oh, that's weird. Not what you guys said, a setting I found on Patreon. Charlie Pochett? Pocket? P-O-C-H-E-T.
Pochettino.
Charlie Pochettino. It says the Soccer-Wise logo explainer needs a response from the postcast. Here's a quick attempt. And we have go
The
to
Soccer-Wise logo.
No. Oh, if you have not seen this, Soccer-Wise did a rebrand, and they did one of those like faux crest explainers. And so Charlie has so graciously created one for the Post.
Oh,
And
Let's hear it.
I've sent
Let's
it
check it
in the chat. I will drop it in the Discord. Oh no, Andrew Springsteen's gonna get some grief for this one. Okay, so a couple of highlights here. So this is the blue square, white field Post text with the Favi star up top. That is the Post cast logo that we are critiquing. This is great. So just first off, just the kerning on the letters has been critiqued as showing a sort of timeline of FC Cincinnati when based on where the letters are, which is great. We have the Great Schism, the invention of soccer, the birth of Noonan, FCC founded, and supporter shield win. But some of the other items are
The Federal Communications Commission founded the other FCC.
The shape of the P reminds you that these guys cut every corner. I like
Factual.
that. The word "the" is often used in the name of otherworldly enemies in D&D games. The sharp corners of the star reminds you the postcast will cut you, so watch it. That's true. The space besides the star holds all the positive listener comments about Rebel Moon.
Oh, wait. I actually have like a positive comment on Rebel Moon. I was thinking about today.
Oh, no.
So unfortunately, probably the best idea in Rebel Moon
Yes.
is only in the director's cuts.
Yes.
And it's that where it like makes it very clear that the society is not like nearly in most respects like as advanced technologically as like it's operating, because it's able to like use this like essentially like magical species that it's enslaved to like power the ships and stuff. So like it's operating like far beyond like its actual understanding. Which I think is like a good idea.
Yeah, there's
So
like
this
an
is why they're
interest-
using like hand cranks to like power the cannons and shit like that.
Yeah.
All right.
Damn. What could have been?
This is a great logo explainer, by the way. We gotta post this online. This is really good.
The haphazard kerning reminds listeners to never expect the podcast to be available at the same time. Sometimes early, sometimes late, always the same.
Always cream sauce. Yeah.
Always cream sauce.
The text spacing doubles as a timeline of important dates in FCC history. The S contorts back over itself painfully to represent all the other podcasts that rationalize Miami's roster build. The T provides shade to listeners. The only light/heat they need comes from the red hot takes. The O is empty because some other podcast had discovery rights on cat genitalia and owls. As a reference to the Soccer-Wise explainer, go look it up if you need that joke explained to you. And then finally, the seemingly empty space below the post actually says Cincy and all white.
Does Soccer-Wise make a reference to things being barbed?
No. I think it's literally a cat's butthole or something like that. Oh,
Okay. Well,
yes.
okay.
I don't know if that counts as genitalia, but there you go.
I don't think a butthole is.
There you go.
I'm putting my foot down on this.
You're on notice, Chris. The seemingly empty space below the post.
Who's Chris?
Actually, isn't that the person who sent us this?
Yeah, Charles.
Oh, sorry.
Charlie.
Damn. I call him Chris. We go way back. The space underneath actually says Cincy.
I call him
white.
Chris. It's a little inside joke.
Yeah, he loves it. Because the hosts are embarrassed they can't spell Cincinnati. And every FCC fan should be able to spell Cincinnati because it's our city, Cincinnati. Everyone that can't spell Cincinnati should move to Columbus, but let's not make a thing about it because it's hard. And this is great because every mention of Cincinnati is spelled slightly different in that sentence. This is really well done, Chris. I'm ashamed that I didn't see this a week ago when you posted it. Nope. Thanks, Chris.
Thanks, Chris.
His name's Kevin now. I'm going to Zlatan him.
His name is Charles, Charles.
He goes by Charlie, actually. So we're both wrong. And now
Charlie,
look who's talking.
Charly.
Thanks for the question, Chris. What's next, Kevin?
Chris Everett asks. There you go. That one was for Chief. Bart Sharkey asks, did you come back after your away days experience in Salt Lake City with any insights or suggestions for the FC to improve the game day experience?
No.
Yes,
No,
I did.
actually.
Oh, wow. Look at you two.
Our waitress at like the
nosers.
tables there was really nice. She was very pleasant.
She was nice. I liked her.
Okay,
hold on. Got us free food.
He mean this sounds creepy the way you're saying it. You mean that she was by disposition had a sunny disposition?
Yeah, she was a pleasant person. She was very nice to us because apparently we were the first away fans that had ever bought tickets there. Like she brought us the food item of the match to try out when she found out we were from Cincinnati. Like, yeah, she was awesome.
I don't know if I made this joke already, but like you could tell she was Mormon because her name was Emily, but it was spelled Emaly.
The one thing I would add is that we could use more Mormonism in our match days. So there you go.
Or like a workout booth for Grayson prior to the match too.
More squats and
I can tell you, it's weird. We're not appreciative enough of our lives
as FC fans with TQL Stadium at our disposal.
It's just,
right. And also just in general, broadly.
in general.
Yeah.
We should embrace these pre-AI days a little more. Destiny Jackson asks, oh, this is like a real question. Destiny, what are you doing here?
Oh.
Destiny of the endless.
Destiny asks, what's your favorite opportunity or perk you've experienced because of the postcast or the World's Game? Performing live shows, player interviews, etc. Wow.
I would say answering the questions of our listeners.
Oh,
the fact that anyone wants to ask us questions about anything is just absurd. I wouldn't take my answer to anything. Like, this is awesome. Real answer is the number of players we've been able to talk to.
Yeah.
Just tremendously shocked that any of them waste time talking to us. Like, even when Evan agreed to come on to do this show, I'm like, really? I wouldn't. But, but that's tremendously cool and never take it for granted and incredibly appreciative of the time that the players choose to give us to just let us learn a little bit more about what makes them tick. And it's fun. It is fun to root for people that you know a little something about, more than just he plays for my team and I want him to do well. I think that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I do think that being able to like talk to the players a little bit, getting them into like a casual setting that fans get to listen to is my favorite thing that we do.
Yeah.
And yeah, I can't believe we get to do it. And I think that like basically anybody could do it. Like, there's nothing like I think it's incredible. I feel incredibly privileged that we get to do it as much as we do
because we're bad at it.
It feels right. It feels crazy that we get to do it.
Like, certainly someone that knows what they're doing, that actually knows how to interview people, should be doing this and not us.
Yeah, people go like, yeah. So what's up, man?
Yeah, how's it going?
Man,
how you doing?
How you been?
It's so cool you play soccer for like a living, like it pays your bills.
Dude, is that tight?
Right. Yeah.
Do you like it?
How
do you like
sick is
playing
that?
soccer?
Yeah.
Dude, if I were you,
what do you want to talk about, man? I'm just so happy you're here.
What do you like about soccer? Do you like Thanos? Do you think he's cool or do you think he sucks?
Dude, what was your favorite part about Thanos?
What would you do if you had Thanos and you could like flip your finger? What would you do?
What would you do? Would it be soccer?
Yeah, would it be like a soccer thing? Would you like be Evander? If you could like Thanos, like flip your finger, could you be Evander? Would that be cool?
I do actually genuinely have to stop myself every time we talk to a player and go, man, how cool is Evander, huh?
Yeah. It's like, I mean, you're pretty awesome too.
But man, that Evander, huh? Oh man. I think my answer is I mean, obviously, like everything. Like it is so cool that like it has allowed us to do different things and talk to people that otherwise we would never get the time of day. There's like not a lot of perks, to be clear. It's not like we're just raking in free tickets or anything like that. No, I'm still on the wait list for season tickets. Like I'd love to get a perk here or there. No, but I think honestly, my favorite thing that we've done and something that I am actually proud of is the Discord server. There are, I just went in and counted. There are, give or take, because there's a couple of bots in there and whatever else. There's about 770 people in the Discord server right now. It's a good time. It's always an active, lively conversation. We're talking about everything. If this sounds like an advertisement for the Discord, it is, because I want more people to go there, because I think we have like a really good community that is knowledgeable and funny and does a good job of talking about the team. And it's very easy to be a fan of the team 24/7 thanks to the Discord server. And like there are other great communities as well. I'm a part of a lot of them, but I will say it is my favorite one, and I will even put the marker down. It's the most knowledgeable one. I'm not contributing anything to that, but I learned so much from folks posting in there and sharing articles and things. So I give it up to the people. That is my favorite thing that we've been able to do is build a really cool community. So fun stuff. Okay. Zach Ramey asks, with Roman's recent level of play, should we start getting worried that he joins Miles in U.S. men's national team purgatory?
He should.
We just heard Grayson's ready to put him there right now. He has been called up to a camp cupcake. I do think he is probably 5th or 6th on some vague depth chart somewhere, give or take. I think we kind of hit the jackpot with Roman. He will always be a top 3rd MLS goalkeeper, but I don't think he's going to get a huge offer from Europe. I don't think the U.S. men's national team is going to pull him away for 6 months.
He should be on the national team more often for this reason and this reason alone. He is an elite shot stopper, not merely good, elite shot stopper. And if I were taking a team into World Cup training, even if I had no intention of playing him, I would want him in the camp making players better by being someone in net that can actually stop shots and forcing them to go up against someone who is elite at this one particular skill.
The reason that Roman's not called in more is that no coach with any level of like ego or sanity is gonna want a goalie, is gonna pick a goalie with the expectation that they're gonna have to like make a lot of reaction shots and save a lot of goals, because coaches like to have their system, right?
Yeah.
And that includes the goalie being able to play out of the back, do some sweeper keeper. Like, oh, we're going to be so good with the ball. We're going to be ball dominant. We're going to do all these things.
He's never going to face a single shot. He needs to get the ball to our attackers so we can score.
And we've seen like that with the national team over and over and over again.
Yeah.
And the problem is we just don't have good enough players. to go into a game against a top side and expect to be able to just dictate play.
Yeah.
You know, if we want to advance in the World Cup, we need a goalkeeper who's going to put on like a Tim Howard against Belgium.
Yep.
Showing.
Yes.
And there are keepers in the pool who can do that. I would posit that Roman is one of them. You know, I would say Matt Freese is probably another one who can do that. You know, I don't think Schulte is one who can do that. So, but the problem is that Schulte plays like in the Nazi system, right? So coaches like watch Columbus play and they think, oh yeah, I'm going to feel really good when my team is like clicking and I got Schulte out there and he's playing with the ball and blah, 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 blah. And so I think that just that playing Roman doesn't flatter a coach's ego.
I'd still have him out there.
I would love to have, I think the U.S. men's national team goalkeeper needs to be first and foremost a shot stopper.
I like it. It makes a lot of sense. So, but the good news is, I think Roman's ours until he's 40. Like, I'm happy with this situation. I don't know if Roman is, but I am. And that's what's important here. James, we've only got 4 questions left, folks. We're in the home stretch. James St. John asks, what is a place or thing you personally claim to have the discovery rights to? I really like this question. I was thinking about this one, and I have an answer.
Slovakia. I'm the first American who ever went there. I've been there the most. I know the most about it.
Damn.
It's mine.
Washington, D.C. I went to high school there. I rode the subway every day in school. You know what? I found it before everyone listening to this show. Sorry.
There's something about claiming a city named after another person. It's really funny. I was going to claim this, and I will fight anybody who disagrees. I'm sure I did not come up with this, but in my heart of hearts, I feel like I did. I love the joke that is a simple, that was my nickname in high school, as my favorite thing in the world. It's my little tag I throw out there. You use it in the same way you'd use a that's what she said. But man, just after like the right phrase, it is so funny. And I feel like I came up with that. So I'm claiming discovery rights on it. So there you go.
Nice.
Yeah. Every time you tell that joke, just like pay me $1. That'd be cool. Just call me the Chris Albright of street jokes.
If somebody wants to buy that joke, they have to pay you first.
Yeah. That's right.
Buy rights to that joke. Yeah, you can sell it as an NFT. Discovery rights are really just like NFTs for players. Like, you know, I have the receipt for Thomas Mueller. You have to pay me for it if you want it.
What makes it cool is that there's a chain of custody.
Right. It's in the blockchain.
Cuccio asks, I just watched Happy Gilmore 2 while on my Peloton. Wow, Cuccio. Whoa.
Sick flex.
Wow.
Just a Netflix subscription and a Peloton subscription in this economy.
I think we got to up the Patreon.
This is our target. This is our target listener right here.
Right.
We have to up the Patreon to like $4.
So one
if
Peloton.
We're going to do a $100 tier where Grayson leads you on a ride.
Oh, man.
I would do that. Yeah.
Let us know if you're interested.
I don't know how to set that up.
Shout out to open. Shout out to Charles or Chris. 100th ride today. Good job, Chris.
Chris is killing it on the Peloton.
Shout out to Chris Charles.
If you were to overhaul soccer way beyond the TST tweaks, what absurd new rules, mid-game power-ups, or on-field shenanigans would you introduce to make the matches more chaotic and fun?
Multi-ball.
We had one of those in the Juarez game.
If a fan throws a ball back on the field,
it's playable.
It's playable.
I love that. When I had the chance to talk to Chris Albright when he first joined FC Cincinnati, and I reminded him of a very bizarre interview he did with like the Nintendo Power podcast in 2004, which had to have been
I'm going to guess that there's no Nintendo Power podcast in 2004.
No, it was, but that was the thing. It was like one of the first podcasts ever, as far as I can tell. I don't know if it was 2004, but we're talking proto podcasting. But he suggested an electric barrier around the outside of the field. So if you ran out of bounds, you got electrocuted.
You know what
he would.
Yeah. You know what I was thinking tonight? This actually tracks.
Uh-oh.
So watching this Juarez match tonight,
yeah,
I thought to myself, I miss the time before VAR in this regard, is that eventually if you pulled enough of this, flopping and cynical play, eventually while the referee's back was turned, someone was getting clocked.
Yes.
Like Miazga was just going to shoulder tackle someone or deck someone, or there would be a honking would occur. Mm-hmm. And now you can't get away with any of that because everything's being reviewed by video constantly and you're going to get caught. But like players used to police the game just a little bit better, and you were going to feel it if you weren't playing the game the right way. And so I would suggest that perhaps the answer to this is just turn the cameras off for 10 minutes each game. Like turn the body camera off.
The purge minute.
No, it's not.
What if we just had legal. Just like a minute and change skip in the video footage? What if we release 10 hours of footage and it's just a minute and skip?
Edited 4 times in Adobe software.
Right.
I'm with you, Chief. I am also team Zidane did nothing wrong. Okay.
Right.
Which, by the way, absolute BS that he got a red card for that. He only got a red card because they played the replay in the stadium and the referee saw it. That was against the rules. Should not have been sent off. All right. Flying Pig, Dying Pig asks, if you could pick one Liga MX team to join MLS, which one would it be and why?
Cruz Azul. Final answer.
Cruz Azul.
Whoa, guys, no, you don't want to have a rooting, interest in the other team. Cruz Azul's a good second team. No, the best answer is Chivas because they only play Mexican teams.
But they were already in the league.
I know. That's what makes it fun. But Chivas, Guadalajara only play Mexicans. They'd be like the villain team to the entire league. Could be fun. Also, they get to avenge, Chivas USA. Then finally, David Ziegler asks, what part of college football fan culture should be adopted by MLS fans?
Chanting SEC, despite the fact that your team isn't accomplishing anything.
Could you imagine?
That's Andrew Weeby's answer.
Yeah, that is actually. Could you imagine?
We should all be. It's some people are saying go Colorado. Some people are saying go Tijuana. I'm saying go MLS. Go with the rule of law.
Putting a for sale sign on the coach's front yard after a bad game.
Yeah. I love the idea of the Bailey chanting Eastern Conference with when we're beating Portland or something.
Yeah, I think assistant coaches' girlfriends getting involved in online drama is about what we need.
More monkeys and strippers and affairs happening at Halloween. Yeah. I need more chaos stories.
What we really need is we
talk about the sickos, we say quick with the sickos.
Yeah.
We don't get close to college football.
No, that's why I was about to say.
We're not in the same galaxy as college football sickos.
Yeah. No, that's why I was saying what we really need, if you want to import something from college football culture, you need, number one, you need better message board culture.
Yeah.
So I'm talking like Tiger droppings and buck nuts and people that are like on the message boards obsessively. And number two, we need someone at MLS to start like a Paul Feinbaum type show where just you get unhinged callers that are calling in to complain about strength of schedule and bad coaching decisions and just unhinged nonsense every day for 3 hours a day. That's when this sport will have made it in this country.
Remember when like Urban Meyer got the video of him at the bar?
Yes. Dancing with the lady.
You know what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
I'm pretty sure he was coaching the Jags by then.
He was. But
yeah, he was. He was. Yeah. It was after they lost to the Bengals.
Yeah.
Yes,
he went up from losing to the Bengals in Cincinnati to Columbus to his bar that he owns to do whatever it was that he did. And that's like never going to happen in US. like there's at least one bar around town where if there was something to get, you'd get it there. It's never going to happen.
Well, here's the problem with MLS.
And it shouldn't, to be clear, but like that's when you know the sickos are out.
The problem with MLS is that if that event may happen, nobody is recording it and posting it and caring about it. And the people who will get that video will do a really good job of suppressing it. And like, there's just too much trying to maintain it.
Remember when Andrew Wiebe put out the tweets that he later deleted about being like, "Oh, I was out at drinks with some folks in Bruce Arena." And it was like, oh, it's like we could do a whole thing about like Bruce says or whatever. Yeah. And then the next day the story came out about whatever was going on in New England. And then Wiebe had to delete his tweets.
Like he's getting deposed the next day.
Like in the real world, like we would know what Bruce Arena said.
Yes.
So I guess that's what I want from college football culture. Is I just want to know what people are saying.
Yeah, just you're allowed to air the dirty laundry. That's what makes college football fun.
People have fun with it.
Yeah.
You know, people
what makes college football fun is that people have too much fun with it.
But it also doesn't end anybody's career. Okay. Okay. Think about whose career ended.
The dude that poisoned that tree in where it was like Auburn. Like
the normies' lives are ruined. No, I'm thinking of like the coaches who have a scandalous story.
You can crash your motorcycle with your 40 years younger side piece and get another job.
No, get the same job back twice.
Right. And then you can show up at a press conference the next day in a neck brace. This is still one of my favorite photos of all time. Like I said it in the chat. Like,
yeah, that's my bad. That's my bad. That's my bad, man.
Lane Kiffin has made a career on being a meme at this point. Like,
so that was not Lane Kiffin, by the way.
That was not Lane Kiffin.
Bobby Petrino.
Yes, I'm talking about Lane Kiffin just bouncing around college football, just trolling the sport, I guess. Bobby Petrino, going back to Louisville and then going back to Arkansas is incredible.
Here's the aspect, final answer.
Yeah,
the aspect of college football culture that I would want to import to Major League Soccer is giving apparently total control over a centuries-old organization.
Yes.
To the 22-year-old girlfriend of your 75-year-old coach.
Look, this is not an anti-Jordan podcast, okay?
This is that's what I said. I think was pro-Jordan.
Yeah.
See,
Jordan would be a cool Star Trek character too, by the way.
Jordan would be dope. This is the problem with not punishing crimes, okay? University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill should have been given the death penalty 12 years ago when it came to light that they invented an entire academic department let alone classes and professors, to give fake degrees and fake grades and fake classes to athletes to increase their GPAs. What is the point of college sports if you are going to do that? They literally should have pulled every single accreditation and every single diploma from 2010 on should have a giant asterisk painted on it. And I honestly, everybody should be fired that has a North Carolina degree and be forced to reapply for the job. Like, you cannot do that. And the whole world was like, yeah, whatever, it's fine, it's cool.
I wasn't listening to most of it, but whatever you're talking about, where you said everybody should be fired, I agree.
Thank you.
In just any situation in life, really.
Yeah, just in general, yes. Everybody should be fired.
I don't know how we all just were like, that's fine, that's okay.
I mean, have you seen Michael Jordan in the Tar Heel blue? That's really cool.
That is really cool. You know what else? He probably went to an actual class. Okay, maybe somewhere.
Let's not get carried away.
One or two of them. That's a good point. Everything's in question now. Well, we finished the podcast, so there we go. We're done with questions, which means I get to make a post for August questions.
Well, hang on. Before you make the August post, let's talk. Let's see. We do questions a lot. Let's see if we can figure out something a little more different, a little more fun for August.
Questions.
Summertime. Little summer switcheroo. Hang on. We'll talk about this offline. Until we figure that out, though, I guess go Liga MX and fuck the crew.
The Cincy Postcast is a production of The Post Cincy. You can check us out online at thepostcincy.com. You can also follow us on Twitter and Blue Sky, Facebook, and Instagram. Twitter and Blue Sky, though, you'll find we're a little more active than the other places. We're also on YouTube, where you can listen to this episode if you aren't listening to it already. We are also putting up video content semi-regularly, including the Away Days series. We want to give a huge thank you to Jim Trace and the Makers for providing the music for this episode. They're a lovely band, and you can find more information out about them in the description of this episode. And if you happen to enjoy what you just heard, can I please ask that you like us, that you rate us on whatever app you're listening to, and maybe more importantly than all of that, share this episode with a friend. When it comes up at work, you're talking about FC Cincinnati, I say, hey, I listened to an FC Cincinnati podcast. I think you guys will like it. It would really, really help us out. Nothing helps a podcast travel more than a good recommendation from a friend, family member. That would be awesome. When it comes to the sorting algorithms that control our lives, a 5-star review would be much appreciated. Also, leaving a sort of written review weirdly does more than that. That's how the algorithms work. So maybe say a nice or a mean thing, whatever, just as long as you give us 5 stars, that'll really, really, really help us out. And if you are looking for more MLS content, check out our other podcast, The World's Gam. Again, a link will be in the description of this episode. That is where we touch on league-wide storylines and news, and we talk about other games and a couple other teams in there as well. Think you will enjoy it if you are just dipping your toes into Major League Soccer. A huge thank you to all of our sponsors. A even bigger thank you to all of our patrons over at Patreon. But maybe most importantly, thank you for listening to this episode.